It's a beautiful day out today. Let me make sure all messages is turned on before we start. We outside with it today. Enjoying this beautiful day. Got some breaking information I want to share with y'all. Some breaking news. Like always, y'all already know it's your number one source for the sauce. What's going on? And we gonna be doing this shit daily. So y'all don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe. The more love, the more support I get, the more harder we gonna grind. Y'all already know that. But anyways, first things first, free Kodak Black. That man is back in police custody. I don't know if these rappers are getting dumber or if they starting to lose their mind. But we just taking it slow. We're gonna give it about another 5 seconds. Let all the slimes get in here. Drop them snakes in the chat. So yes, this man, according to ChatGPT, haven't seen a lot of YouTube creators talking about this yet. He was arrested on Wednesday, which would be yesterday, and he's still in police custody. And we're gonna pull up some receipts on the screen in a few seconds, like I usually do. Well, we're gonna read the documents and the charges, and y'all can be the judge of that. All right. So I'm gonna tell y'all the first mistake this man made. So first of all, I don't know how if it was something in the past when prior to this arrest 6 days ago, he got arrested Wednesday. Remember, he had a bag with a bunch of substances in it, which he was showing off on Instagram. I haven't checked his Instagram. I'm pretty sure the bag is still on there, where he was pulling hella substances out this bag. Now it happened to be he was pulled over 6 days later with the same damn bag in his car. Like the feds wasn't watching your page, brother. And on top of that, this dude don't even got a license or tags on his car. Like, bro, you a rapper. You ain't a project baby no more. You couldn't call a Uber? That's the most safest way to travel. You couldn't have somebody with a license drive? Gee whiz. But let's get into these receipts and these documents, y'all. So I'm gonna show you first of all that he is in custody. Let's show y'all that. And he looking bad too. I ain't even gonna lie. Your boy looking bad. Hee hee, your boy looking bad. Break Kodak Black arrested in Orange County on drug trafficking charge. He is accused of trafficking MDMA. Now that don't sound like something that happened a while ago. He was recently just pulled over with this little pink substance in his car and a bunch of other shit. But we gonna get into it. Y'all can see that right on the screen. That boy's skin looking like it's about to crack. You need to take care of yourself, buddy. But anyways, let's see what else we got in here. Uh, Authorities found no DNA. So this is what they're saying. Probably what his lawyer and what his defense team's trying to say. They found no DNA or fingerprints and still arrested Kodak Black for drug trafficking. He had a picture of pink scissors in the backpack on his Instagram that matched the items on the scene. So now connect the dots. They're saying since his fingerprints wasn't on the drugs, which, most of the time it won't be, that it's not his, but it matches the backpack he was showing off in his Instagram 6 days prior. That's why you gotta be careful what you do and what you show on Instagram, especially when them boys are watching, because you literally telling on yourself. So they're gonna connect the dots with that way. And I'm sure there's gonna be a fingerprint on that backpack. This is just me, my opinion. It's all allegedly. But hold on, we're gonna get even deeper with it. Let me shut this door so ain't no problem with the volume or nothing. But we're gonna get even a little deeper into this. Let's start reading the documents about the police stop. Hold up, hold up. Alright, so this is the documents when he was pulled over, okay? Let me take a hit of my cigarette and I'm gonna read it for y'all. This is what the police wrote down in this little system. I'm gonna have to squint because I got bad eyes. What's going on? What's going on, streamer? You got so many names, I done forgot what to call you. Slime, I had a flashback. I hear you, brother. Sounds like something you would do. All right, let me read this. So Kodak Black, mind y'all, this was yesterday. Upon searching the BMW, you're anybody know what this word is? Affiant? I never really seen that used. You're affiant. I'm thinking the police or something that was like taking care of you, whatever. Upon searching the BMW, your affiant located a bag in the trunk containing 56 grams of cannabis in sealed market cannabis bags. So he might have not have been charged with the cannabis because they just raised the limit up to you able to have 2 ounces now on you. And they did this 2 days ago. And 50, how many grams did he have? 56 grams is actually 2 ounces exact. 1 ounce is 28 grams. So he might have just beat that charge by the skin of his teeth, which would have been a felony if he had 57 grams. Let that sink in. And they just passed this law 2 days ago. Anyways, this is what he's really being hit with, the felony. In a sealed in a sealed a metal container containing a pink pill substance. The pill tested positive for MDMA using an OPD issued Nick kit additionally in the bag. Sounds about right. It said, where was I at? He had 56 grams in the trunk and a little pink substance that tested positive for MDMA. Now MDMA is pure Molly allegedly. It's not ecstasy where they put 4 or 5 different drugs in it. It's a pure MDMA, more heavier, more stronger, and pure. But it says so it says in the bag your affiant located a U.S. passport belonging to Kerry Trayvon Hardy and 60 in U.S. dollars. The money bag, cannabis, and MDMA placed into the OPD property in evidence. While searching the BMW, a male later identified as Bill Capri, this is Kodak Black's legal name. He had it changed, Bill Capri, to his legal name, approached officers and began observing the search. That's a little weird to approach officers and observe them doing a search in a bag containing drugs that's on your Instagram. But anyways, um it says observing the search. Capri is a professional music artist and goes by the name Kodak Black. Capri has an Instagram page identified as Kodak Black. And now here's when the police say, when your when your affiant finished searching the vehicle, the affiant walked over to the second vehicle, a green Lamborghini SUV that was occupied by a sole rear passenger identified as James Demetrius Twitty. All right. Like I said, the only name that I know of Kodak's is Bill Capri. It says he was sleeping in the rear left seat. So I guess this dude, James, sleeping in the rear left seat, the green Lamborghini. Next to Twitty was a white leather bag. I walked around to the passenger side of the vehicle to open the front door without entering the vehicle. Viewing from the outside, your affiant could see a white powdered substance on $100 bill on the front floor dashboard. All right, guys, so let me break this down. The car in the front gets pulled over, who I believe allegedly Kodak Black is driving, or he's in that car with somebody else. In the trunk, they find the same bag that he was showing off on Instagram 6 days prior, where he was pulling substances out of it, the same substances that they found. All right. Not only that, he had a pair of pink scissors that stood out in the Instagram picture that was also located with the bag. So then they checked the green SUV Lamborghini that happened to pull up behind the car during the search. This car got a freaking car, a floor full of powder and $100 bill, and don't bother to conceal it or hide it or nothing. The cop sees it right through the window, he's saying. So after that, it says next to Twitty was a white leather bag. I walked around to the passenger side of the vehicle to open the front door without entering the vehicle. We seen a powdery substance on $100 bill on the front floorboard. He noted that the next to the 100 bill with the narcotics on it was a pink pair of scissors. The same scissors that were seen in the Instagram post from the account Kodak Black with Capri 7 days prior to this incident, which tells me this was 7 days ago from yesterday he posted it. See below the pictures of the scissors next to the $100 bill and the ones in the post. What's going on together? We break chains. All right, so at first I'm like, okay, maybe Kodak Black wasn't there. Maybe it was somebody else, and it was, just the stuff they seen in the Instagram or some BS like that. But they clearly say Bill Capri walked up to the police while they're searching the bag that he was showing off on Instagram. That's pretty much like, hey, you searching my bag? Like you coming and taking credit for it or something. That's what I'm thinking, right? Let's make it make sense. Let me also show you him in the here we go. So I got a couple more questions before I let y'all go. The charges they charged him with. So like I said, I don't think he was hit with the cannabis because they changed the legal limit 2 days ago to 2 ounces. It used to be 1 ounce. He was caught with 56 grams allegedly, which is 2 ounces, the legal limit. But in Florida, they're a little different with their cannabis limit. But anyways, it says his charges right now is trafficking 10 to 200 GMs, which he probably is getting charged with the grams. I think that means grams. So 10 to 200 grams. And then it says 3 to 4 meth. Now, my question was, then at the bottom it says his felony trafficking MDMA, 10 grams to 200 grams of MDMA. So I'm thinking, like, what's meth? Was he caught with meth? So I asked ChatGPT, I sent her the picture of this right here, and she broke it down for me what exactly this was. So let's get into that. Let me find the right one. All right, here it is right here. So I asked ChatGPT, what's this meth stuff he's being charged with? I pretty much just sent her all the charges. Good. I said, is it meth? Good question. It looks confusing, but it's actually just scientific naming. Not saying he had regular meth. On the charge sheet, it says something like 3,4, and that's the compound of MDMA. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to try to. Meth ethylene deoxymethamphetamine. I don't know. But that's the main ingredient in MDMA. And the long name is the full chemical name for MDMA, ecstasy slash Molly. The word methamphetamine is inside the name. This is why you're seeing meth. So when I hear Kodak Black rap about doing meth and stuff like that, I'm wondering if he's talking about this. Because he does talk about Molly a lot in his younger years. He said in an interview I once heard that promethazine is meth. I thought he's just trying to justify it. But I got a couple more pictures for y'all. So I also asked ChatGPT, Together We Break Chains. And thank you for your beautiful presence today on this lovely, beautiful day. I asked ChatGPT, is Kodak Black arrested right now, this minute? And let me show you what ChatGPT said. Yes. As of today, Kodak Black is currently arrested. Recently, jail records and reports show he was taken into custody in Florida on a drug trafficking charge, MDMA related, and booked into that Orange County jail. Look like he back on that Molly water. This appears to be a new arrest. Listen to this, chat. Not an old case resurfacing. His lawsuit has described it as coordinated surrender, tied to an investigator. The charges are being challenged legally. So, in short, yes, he is currently in custody as of the latest report. The case is ongoing and nothing is final yet. So from what I heard, he has no bond right now. That's why he's still in there. Probably because the conditions of his probation or something like that. Here we go. So it says, status presented. He's already gone before a judge for an initial hearing, not sentenced yet, just processed in court. They usually do that right in the morning. So if he was arrested yesterday, they would do it Thursday, first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. You would go see a judge from the police station. Bond, $0. Either no bond was set yet or he's being held without bond for the moment. Agency, Orange County Office, Florida. So either they didn't set the bond yet or he's got no bond because he'd be able to walk out right now if his bond was $0. So main charges trafficking MDMA between 10 grams and 200 grams. Didn't they say they found a little pink substance? How the hell they getting 10 grams now out of a little pink substance? Let's see a picture of that, which y'all found. What kind of bust is we don't see what's found in the evidence? Come on now. What that charge means. MDMA is a controlled substance, often called, you already know that. Trafficking doesn't, this answers a lot of y'all questions too. Trafficking doesn't always mean selling, it can also mean possessing over a certain amount. In Florida, 10 grams to 200 grams is a serious felony, which is mandatory penalties if he's convicted. Woo! So that means it's all right. So that means Florida don't play around. This freaking dude just opened my car. So that means Florida don't play around, and freaking weirdo. And they got a mandatory sentence for whatever crime you do, 4, 5, 6 years, plus whatever probation and shit he's on. Homie's lucky I was on the phone. He just tried to open my door, but the shit was locked. Some weird white boy. He probably didn't mean nothing by it. He just opened his car right there after. One more time with a mugshot. Yes, that is. That's MDMA is what Molly is. Pure Molly. And this is, I don't condone the use of drugs. This is all for, educational and informational purposes only. And I'm also just telling what happened. Also, don't forget to slam that like button for me so these videos get pushed back to the front line. Subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed. We running them numbers up. Shout out to all the mods, and we gonna be doing this daily. You already know. Yeah, now we know the truth, Chunky. That's why I looked it up. You know what I mean? And now it makes sense. If you Google it and you chat GBT it, that is a compound of MDMA. And they're not gonna put the whole thing on there, they just put it for short. And that would have been his main charge. So right now his main charge is the MDMA, they're saying, trafficking, which is probably just he had a lot of amount on of them, and Florida don't play. They really don't. I don't even think marijuana is legal in Florida. At least when I flew out there 2-3 years ago, shit. You could only buy the fake shit in the stores. I'm like, that's retarded. And I had my medical card on me saying I'm a medical patient for it. Oh, that means you're only a patient in your state. What? I'm a patient worldwide, lady. But out here, without my card, you can get caught driving with two onions on you, 56 grams where he had, and they gotta let you go unless they think you're driving DUI, driving while intoxicated or something, which is hard to prove. All right, together we break chains. Shout out Chain Breakers. My A1 since day one. Shout out her other account. Go follow her. Show her some love. Yo, it's new news. Also, go check out my other video after this that I made yesterday about all the pastors being warned about the disclosure about the UFOs that's about to come. This shit's serious. We gonna start dropping jewels on them. We gonna start dropping jewels on them from now on. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. Turn them notifications on. I'm not playing with them anymore. Shout out When God Listens. Chain Breakers. Second account. Go show that some love. Thank you for the support. Being there for the last, 12, 13 years. One of my top moderators, always showing support, always having my back, never crossed me. And that's why I said the community on YouTube is like family compared to the community on Kit is like cancer. No, just the only thing you sent me and some other thing you posted for somebody else you made. Oh, this dude's a DoorDash dude. I'm like, why is he taking pictures in my building? Thank y'all for the love, everybody. Thank you for the support. Together we break chains. I'm gonna go check out your videos right now. I don't want to prolong this video too much right now so people can get their update and their tea. Alright, I'm out, everybody. Peace out. Thanks for the support. Share this video, like, comment.